I move for no man. So be it. Now stand aside, worthy adversary.
'Tis but a scratch.
A scratch? Your arm's off.
No, it isn't.
Well, what's that then?
I've heard worse.
You liar.
Come on, you pansy.
Victory is mine.
Propaganda, propaganda, it's a time for propaganda. Time to grab your brews and your commons. Propaganda, propaganda, open up your best ideas. Time to watch Deluxe brew a deck for you.
Hello, everybody, and it's me. I'm back from my great Eastern adventure in Livonia, and I had a very, very frustrating first two rounds. I'll just get this out of the way right out of the gates. I went 0-2, in the first two rounds, and each one of those hands was a triple mulligan or worse, if I remember right. I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure I had written down the little rage. And then after that, I almost won out. But aside from that, a horrific start. I mean, you can't really start. You can end a tournament that way and still be in maybe like 15th or something. But it was just, it was so crazy. Not East enough. And before I forget, Dreamer Stingo had the funniest line because we were talking about mind stab throw, and he's like, you can't mind stab without a mind knife. I just thought that was worthy of a quote. So I'm putting it out there. This deck today, we're playing from Hagur Metal. I ran into him about a week or two before the the big tournament last weekend, and I even thought about running this thing. It's pretty cool. This is my take on it. If you go in the deck list description underneath, you'll see the original. I haven't changed it too much. Anyway, so it's an artifact-based thing. I'm really loving this Retrofitted Transmogrant. But before I get anywhere else, I just want a big shout out to RIW Hobbies. If you're out that way, it's such a great store. And I apologize. I met so many people in Michigan and signed so much stuff and just had such a great time. For me to remember one of those names, I think there were a few Steves, Scotts, Jeffs. I should have taken meticulous notes and been able to give some shout outs. One of the funniest things that happened was a fan brought me, I guess his wife, hello Jessica, I still remember that because I signed it to her. He brought me a print of like a custom like canvas of a printed pickleball sort of dining scene and wanted me to sign it to her as Deluxekoff because she gets kind of upset that I talk about pickleball. Not upset, but just kind of like, shake her fist sort of thing. And so that was pretty weird. I don't think I'm ever going to top that. So, yeah, there it is there. So yeah, I had just an amazing time out there. Really, really liked Detroit. Had a guy just buy my entire meal at one place, got spotted in the airport twice. That was really weird. Yeah, it was just a crazy thing. And then RAW Hobbies, I had no idea this was coming. They gave me an entire box of Modern Horizons 3, super crazy generous. So I'm going to give back to you guys, and we'll open one of these a day until they run out. So it was just so many neat stories about how people first came to Propaganda and found the channel, and a lot of talk about it coming up on 10 years in November, and just a lot of good feelings overall. Obviously, it would have been nice to win the whole thing. I did play a version of Boros Bully, the one Seted Rankin and I went back and forth on, and the only swap I did, I was having very close losses against Affinity, and the original had, 2 Gorillas, 3 Dust to Dust. I went to 4, cut 1 Flaring Pain, and that's the only change I made. The deck drew, I wouldn't have played it if it didn't draw good, and I played it for like 3 weeks before, had 1 or 2 really bad hands, but to start a tournament with mulligan to 3, then the next game, not even match, mulligan to 3, it was just brutal. And I think the worst thing wasn't losing on camera round 1, it was probably losing to Fairies round 2 because it has a very good matchup against that. So I think I could have brought a deck of 59 mountains and a lightning bolt, and I probably wouldn't have drawn a land. It felt like that. So Anyway, enough complaining and stuff. This is the deck we're playing today. Sorry for the big rundown, but there was a lot of stuff happened. Really, really loving this dude. He just keeps coming back from the graveyard. Speaking of coming back from the graveyard, we're running all 4 Blood Fountains. I've become a big fan of this when you're going kind of heavy in the artifacts. Sometimes Myr Enforcer can be out of reach, but it's called Black Affinity for a reason. We're running 4 Vaults, 3 Citadels. The rest are all Swamps for a grand total of 18. 4 Fountains, as noted, the artifact Creature Zombie here. That would be terrifying to see come over a hill. You could probably hear it before you'd see it, right? 4 Ghasts, 2 Toxin Analysis, 2 Spellbombs main. We've got the cool artwork. I really like this. He's like experimenting, like, oh, I'm going to touch it. Oops. Uh-oh. Oh, arm's gone. I just love this Da Vinci looking stuff. Anyway, enough about the art. 3 Tithing Blades, 4 Reckoner's Bargains, 2 Offerings. You can do a few neat tricks with the Crypt Rats here, but not enough to lean on more than 2, I feel. 4 Deadly Disputes. So we've got 10 draw 2s, 3 Crypt Rats, 4 of the Flying Furniture, and then 4 Myr Enforcer. So in the sideboard, I needed some spot removal. Yes, I'm sorry for you purists out there that don't like to spend money. I'd really recommend you get a set of Snuff Out and then just close the door on the finances there. I know they're expensive, but they're so necessary in this metagame. So we've got 3 Macabres, 3 Cast Down, 4 Snuff Outs, 2 Bleak Cloven Vampires, and 1 more Spellbomb, and then 2 Campfires for when life will become a thing. These games are probably going to go a bit longer. This is a bit of a more of a what do you call just slow prodding sort of style. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, so I was really close to playing Brute Squad as well, and in retrospect I probably should have played that because that deck does mulligan well. I only need 1 land for me to win games on that list. So while we're waiting, I'm just going to officially open up this box. If any time I was thinking like maybe I shouldn't ever open this because it seems like this stuff is getting crazy expensive. I know I bought like each pack was like $9 single, and I think there's over 30 or something in here. So like I said, RAW Hobbies, crazy generous. That's so much fun meeting everybody. Got to announce the top 8 there. I should probably be doing this on camera here. Sorry, the camera's so small. Oh boy, we got the box is opening. I'm butchering the box. There we go. We've got a little, I haven't opened one of these probably a box since Apocalypse. A lot of you are like, I wasn't born then. It's like, sorry. So we're taking one out and we'll open it later. There we go. Talk about killing dead time. 1997. Can never tell if that's when they started or if that's how old they are. Yes, we want to go first. We've got some artifacts. We'll keep this. Don't really like seeing a Myr Enforcer early. I even considered cutting one and just going to 3, but here we go. All right, so it's good to be back. Still jobless and looking like crazy because my unemployment just ran out. So that's kind of frustrating. You pay into it your whole life and they only give you 6 months. All right, here we go. Vault into Fountain, and we've got Metal Craft. Not that it matters. We need Affinity Craft. Maybe they'll play a Boggle and we can throw out a Blade and be that much closer to Myr Enforcer. We shall see. And I purposely played that Picture Pages intro for one of my little super fans that I met out there who just said that was like his favorite thing ever. So that was for him. But again, I forgot the darn name. So, all right, we'll get rid of 1 artifact. I know it seems counterintuitive. We're just a little heavy on the lands there. So here we go. Myr Enforcer is not going to be long for this world, but we will get it back. And then some. A few more artifacts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can bring out a Enforcer now. Be kind of nice to maybe wait for the Reckoner's Bargain, gain 7 life, but I'm going to try to be aggro here. Superfan, that's right. Superfan ending. That'd be funny if it was the same person. And I'm not saying that as any sort of exaggeratory effects. It's just one of his friends was like, hey man, you want to talk about your biggest fan? That guy. And I was like, oh wow, that's a trip. All right, here we go. We have the thing. I guess I'll crack a Blood Fountain EOT. That would be 2, 4, 5. Still gonna have to pay that, and that way we can bargain back our Myr Enforcer. I'm just kidding. I'll probably bargain away the blood token, maybe. All right. There we go. You know what? I'm just going to do this to this. Get rid of that. Draw up. Still pass. Here we go. Cool. Let's bring out the flying couch. Flying furniture. Whatever you want to call it. I say that because everything refurbished that I know of is usually furniture. Down it goes. A little vulnerable here. I shouldn't have ditched that land. Be nice to have an answer for them killing this the flying rat here, but all right, there's another. If they kill it though, it kind of turns on our blood fountains. So there's that. I usually like to eat these tithing blades. So let me bring this out. We've at least got insurance for it. It's probably not long for this world. Off we go. Bloop. Be neat if black had a bounce effect, right? What is it? This Sidixis Alchemist? Why do I know that? But you have to have blue with that. It's a 2/2 for 2 and a black, I think. But if you spend blue or red, man, I should not know this. I feel so ashamed. If you spend blue or black, I think it bounces a permanent. When you control... Oh, it's just a blue. Good. I'm glad I didn't get it completely right. Thank you, Just John 1. Appreciate the hype there. Very much so. All right, what do we got here? Deadly Dispute. Come on over. Happy to let this just trade out. I'm sitting on these Deadly Dispute effects. Bit frustrating. At this stage, I kind of want to keep the bargain more than I do the dispute. I probably got a way to kill that Enforcer. If they didn't, they have it now because they just thought cast going up against Affinity. All right, well, we'll do you one better with the typical move here. Gain 7. Get that pin out of here. Affinity. All right. We have drawn cards. Good cards. Considered the Eviscerator's Insight as well. At stages like this, the deck does tend to go long, so sometimes I wonder if that'd be good to have 2 of those. We'll see. Back for quite a while, too. Don't see myself going much of anywhere. We'll bring this out. And I guess, just in case they've got some sort of metallic rebuke sort of thing going on, we can do the thing. I'm going to keep this just to discard with. Yeah, I should have cast that. Wait, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's fine. I'll be down 1. Nope, doesn't want to do it. All right, we'll crack that. Get both of our guys back. He's probably got Clark Kent in hand, but I'll display that when it's time. Bam. That's why oh no, I did miscount. You fool. Did I play a land? I did. Count and then sacrifice. Oops, off by 1. And the blunders are back too as well, Just John. Munitions. The latest commercial we just did. Makeshift munitions. The artillery superstore. Woo! All right, this is a no-brainer. We'll do this to here and then kill the rat. And he'll probably shoot ours with the rat. But might as well. Keep him out of the running. The flying rat, the mechanical rat, is back. 1 card in our opponent's hand. We've got those set up. I really like seeing this now. Surprised how often I like seeing the Spellbomb show up. And for a lot of reasons, I would have never thought long ago that, you know, I'd be worried about Affinity utilizing the graveyard a lot, but that's kind of what gives it the gas. That initial push gets set up and then bam, just comes back and does the thing. All right, dang it, I should have dropped that land knowing that was going to die. Then I could get back 2 things, but I'll be fine. Nah, I don't regret it. I would have done it. I'll block again. Unless they have a graveyard something or other. I'm just going to stay ahead of this. There's another. It's the Myr Enforcer. Fight off. I'm going to get that Transmogrant showing up here. All right, that's pretty cool. Let's bring out a Wellspring. Might something of use here. All right, we'll do that. Might as well. We'll get back our double Enforcer again. And we're still 1 shy, right? Yep. Yeah, I do love the flavor on it too, Dreamer Stango. That's so cool. All right, looks like we're going to be at least at 19 here. We've had 2 blood fountains go off, only reason we're in this game. Opponent's got all the flexibility that Affinity affords. And knowing that we have 2 more blood fountains in tow, I'm happy to trade here. Bring this out for free, draw a card. Do feel like I could have somehow fit in some more 1-for-1 removal in this list. Do I want to flip the Tithing Blade? What do I have to do here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll get rid of the Ghast here. Start gaining some life. Captain Vlad Tepes. Oh my god, 49 months at tier 1. So cool. Speaking of vampires, my first round opponent, I want to know their email and their username. I think I had it written down, but like I said, I met so many people. But he had like the vampire teeth and the red eyes and everything, so that made me reminded of that. So whoever that is, send me an email, paupergan@gmail.com. You still haven't done that. And I think it was the same player that used when the flying bats came out with the big score, the tokens deck that we played. I think it was that same player. So really want to keep them in my back pocket as far as paper events up and coming go on and stuff. Oh, in the beginning of April at Triangle Games, right in by LAX here in LA on Tuesday night, the first Tuesday night in April is when we're going to try to kick off the little local scene. So if you go to Legion or if you're in that greater LA area, very tiny little store, but we're gonna be there. We being my son and me. I'm gonna bring this up, see if we can find anything. Oh, sorry about that mind stab. All right, we've got a Citadel. It doesn't really do too much here. You know what? They're hurting. I think I can just clog in here. If they want to trade, that's fine. I'm just going to attack here. We're up on life. We've got an analysis. They're hell-bent right now. Okay. Do I want to do this now? I think I do. I'm just going to do this now. They don't have any cards in their hand. And I just want to trip this now to see what happens before damage. Cool. We'll see how tightly they want to hold on to their Myr Enforcer there as we play out another one. Ba-ba-ba-bum. Little fights here. Woo! A Myr Enforcer fight to make right. So again, we'll be opening one of these when we have some dead air. RIW Hobbies. Such a cool store. One of the coolest things they did. If you're a store owner, you should do this. They took each one of these booster box that they so nicely gifted me. This one, Modern Horizons 3, crazy expensive. And they put them at the top of the store as a timeline. They only had like 3 holes in, obviously early on, alpha and stuff like that. But it's just so cool to just walk through time and just be like, oh, that's when I played blankety blank. Or that. In my case, I had a story for every box. Jabuzi, one of my favorite things to say, other than Diakuba. We haven't seen Diakuba in a while. What's going on? Maybe they're lurking in the shadows. That sounds like a name that would lurk in the shadows, right? Diakuba. Especially when you say it like that. Attack! Yo! This is what multiple blood fountains will do. They go on get. Right? Plop. Crack. Of course he has a blast. And of course I have this. I got scared. I clicked on the wrong one, right? Crunch. Boom, bam, bing. We'll probably get a concession when we drop the rat here. I'm just going to keep this Darksteel Citadel in hand. Again, this event I went to in Michigan, there was so much playing lands you don't need to. If there's one thing you're going to learn from this channel, I hope it's that. Okay. 2 Spellbombs feels like enough. Now let's just, it'd be nice to, it's always fun to have one of these transmogrants run into, oopsie, I did not mean to click on that. Let me close that out before I keep download. Get out of here. It's always fun to have one of your 1/1s just blight something. So I don't really want to go on the Snuff Out route here. I think I do want to be on 3 cast downs. Rats pretty far away in this matchup. I'm going to do that. And I'll take out an offering. We're just going to run this back. Bloop. So you got to keep track of why a deck wins, right? I mean, we got off to a pretty slow start compared to our opponent. We're able to trade, and then fountain. MVP of the list just accelerates everything. Mid to late game, you're just rock solid, fixes flood. I mean, it's one of the best artifacts ever printed, in my opinion. I think it would be so cool to go back in time and have blood and blood fountain in alpha and beta, right? And just moving forward, like everybody just knows about it. We'll keep this. We got a very early Refurbished Familiar with this hand. This is why I love Weakstone Subjugation. If you're on blue, people, that is a great sideboard card, other than something the monster. I forget what that other one's called. Just so many ways to... So many... Blue Mana Denial, turn 1. Or get rid of a creature. Sometimes putting stuff in the graveyard isn't the best option. We're not running any sort of... what do you call... Snuff Out where you need a swamp, so I'm going to get rid of the basic there. That's a good Dreamer Stingo with everything. Hey, Diakuba is lurking. Oh, I'm so happy that happened. Good times. All right, we'll bring this out and pay a lot for a couch. Here we go. Boop. There's our couch. The answer for the answer. Woo. Go and get. All right, so that we can probably deduce that either they're artifact light or they have another shaman in hand. I don't know if I really would have kept shaman and sideboarding, but we are playing kind of a weird list, so said every show ever on PauperRBust, right? Yeah, Little Fight, while you're here, I was looking over the thing. I've been mentioning it every few shows and stuff, but in November is our 10-year anniversary. So if anybody has any ideas what you'd like to do then and there, let me know. I'm going to block here. Don't want any sort of ninja shenanigans if they did do something like that. I just got Okiba'd the other night and luckily had the answer in hand. Cast in a fire. Boom. Down goes an artifact. All right. That blows. Okay, I was right. They did have another one. That's why they discarded the other one. A lot of flexibility here. I'm just going to get out the blade just for the effect. Probably could have Fanatical Offering off the zombie and done that, save that for a bigger thing, but we already have a cast down in hand. I just want our artifact count to stay up. Buying the monster. That's the one Mind Stab Throw. Yeah, sometimes you could take a whole ton of damage with that, or you could just Weakstone Subjugation it. And then if your opponent plays one of these lands that comes into play tapped, you've got a blue Stone Rain for 1 blue. I just have no idea why people don't put that in more lists. According to me, it's a great card. All right, we're land shy here, so I am going to offering this in hopes that we just draw a land. That way we don't miss out on our land count. And if we do, we can always do the thing with the treasure. 4 artifacts out, soon to be. All right, that's cool. Let's get out of Blood Fountain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look at that. Yeah. Good times, good times. We got map tokens. We got treasure tokens. We got blood tokens. Come to the token superstore. We've got your tokens for less than anyone else. Oh, no. I don't have the bargain, though. I was trying to sell a bargain there. All right. Off we go. We've got a blood fountain and the thing. We're doing the thing. Woo! This guy's like, God dang, these blood fountains. I think you got to have a pretty good reason to not run at least 3 blood fountains. I love this list at 4. It's just like acceleration for less than anyone else. Uh-oh. We're going to need to find our... Well, they can't really get back too much other than the couch and the shaman. Good times. We like our hand here. For tempo's sake, I want to do some stuff with the bargain. I think I'm going to get rid of the map token. Yay, we got the Transmogrant. Cool, cool, cool. Well, this will probably get picked on the most. We'll bring that out. Why not? Why not? Do that. Attack. This will encourage them to spend their turn getting back a shaman, but it's so silly to pick on these Transmogrants, especially when it gets to turn like 5 and later. They come back as 3/3s. It's so awesome. Just love it. I would really like to top deck a Spellbomb here, just to turn off their ability to stay in this game here. Nope, not in the cards. Here we go. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, they get up to 20 again. Oh, it's so brutal. The Potbelly Metalcraft Man. Here we go, attacking. Whack. Don't want to see a couch now. We have a good quality creature. I mean, a card in our hand here, not just some basic land. Even like a Gorilla Shaman here, it's like you take out some tokens and vault. It's not that backbreaking. There we go. Down on Myr Enforcer. Got to do it at some point. Might as well do it now. EOT. Bloop. See if they've got another Reckoner's Bargain. And do they? Oh, talk about showing that you have a... Oh, Rebuke. I have not seen that card in a few months. Nope, that's fine. I'll let it go. Well, we've only had the one game, so not that bad here. I'll attack. I can bring these back right now. I got blockers for days. All right, well, I'll do the thing. We can still use our Blood Fountain here. Do I want to? Is the question. Maybe I wait on it. I may just play the Familiar here. I'm going to sit on a Deadly Dispute, get rid of their one card. Hopefully it's awesome. Deadly Dispute, that's pretty awesome. Best card in Pauper. We won the first game, didn't feel like we were going to. Multiple Blood Fountains showed up and we were good to go. Time to trip. Oh, no, they're still not tripping the fountain. I'm going to block trip. And hopefully we find the Spellbomb and really make them pay for not going in. Uh-oh, that kind of blows. There goes our graveyard ideas. When are they going to do it is the question. Okay, guess it's not then. Sure. I like having both of these out. Sucks we're going to lose two of our big fatties, but that's about all we're losing. Oh, another Familiar. That kind of blows. Not that we're too worried about threshold here. We'll do this, this, and this. We'll get rid of one of these. There we go. We do have the damage coming through. Yeah, I'll do this. Bam, boom, bing. We're going to do the thing here. Check this out. Boop. We can do this at instant speed. I mean, what do you call, yeah, we can do this at instant speed, so. Let's do this, and then this. Plonk, and then attack. Keeps coming back as a 3/3. It's pretty cool. Very close to making a third in this list. The original had two. That's what feels right, so. Okay, this is when we don't really mind seeing this. Got one target for a Blood Fountain. Of course, that's probably the worst target in our list. Is this a Kenku? Oh, all right. Big fatties are coming back. Keeping us hell-bent. Planking on those. Might be worthy of flipping the blade here. Flip the blade. So we could just block Myr Enforcer all day long with this combination. Especially when it's gone. Do I really want to trip a thing for that? I do not. We're going to get rid of a blood token here. Do our little retrace ability. That's cool. Yeah, I don't want to be refurbished out of this play, so I'm just going to play this now. And I ain't afraid. Let's go. Cool. I'll just double block here. We've got a Blood Fountain. They do not. We have one worthy target now. These just come back no matter what. Yeah, this makes this a lot harder now, darn it. All right. There's that. Okay. I'm not too worried about that. They seem really desperate for a card here. Don't really like, I would have attacked first. Really puts the screws on if I've got an answer or not. Okay, my Wellspring looks nicer. So we have that advantage. So any of aficionados out there, I could draw a discard, but I'm not going to. What is the best thing you can open in Modern Horizons 3? Let me know in the chat. I would appreciate that. Crypt Rat would be pretty cool. Are they out of spell bombs? They've drawn 2. We've drawn 1. We'll bring in another one of these. Cool. We'll just hang out, taking some serious damage. Not long for this world at this rate. A dispute showing up. Ancestral recall has been achieved. Cool. What do they have another option here? What's going on? These guys come back EOT if I want to. I can cast. If you had 6 mana right now, you could just bring back 3 of them. I mean, for 3. What am I talking about? Okay, another one. Presto, changeo. Oh, that's right. It costs 4. I keep remembering the 3 there, so that's a bit lame. You know what? We need the mana now, and we've got enough targets and enforcers, so I'm going to do this here. Okay. Yes. And let's do another thing here. I'll eat a blade here. Draw some cards. Okay. Insta-hand. Woo! Well, that's frustrating. Let's draw a card here. We're taking some big time hits here. I think we're going to dispute this right now. Just trying to get things activated. Let's go. Let's go. Hey. Well, we can still bargain away something. Not drawing much quality here. So I'm going to take 6 because I'm going to bargain another blade here. Flipping those is a little too mana intensive at this stage. We're really digging for a rat to just kind of reset the board. Oh, is that most expensive? Is Oscillate Pride. Okay, what's it running? Be good to know. Smack. Going 8. I'm going to get double gal blasted here. Okay, before the first one goes off, we're going to do the thing because in this way they'll have to have 3 to make this work. Tithing Blade's the most worthy. Here we go. Cool. I've got blockers. It's another blood fountain. Cool. Here we go. Boop. Bloop. Bloop. Okay. We have 1 Enforcer. Oh, right to the face. Okay. Well, that makes it pretty easy. I have to do this now. Where did I thought we had a oh, did it get exiled? I thought we had a, yeah, we had 2 flying couches in there. So that'll do it for us. We're not going to be able to withstand this. However, I guess we have to flip the blade here. Just to, well, that's not going to happen until our upkeep, right? Yeah, so we've lost. Because we can only block 1 of these. So let's oh, hold on. Just in case. Let's do the thing. Hey, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Hold on, cancel that. We're back. I can gain 7 life and block. Oh, man. Pretty great. I think just the overall value of Modern Horizons 3, like every card is, in all of the Modern Horizons, they're just all good. Block here, block here. Hope they don't have a Rebuke because we only have 2 mana available. Do the thing here. Do I want to kill that? Just go with this? Just to live dangerously? Yeah. Then we'll have 2 more Enforcers. I'm gonna live dangerously. We'll kill this. That way we change up here. Look at that. They have an active Blood Fountain though. So I'm not crazy about doing any of that. Let's go. I'm just gonna let this through. We're at 2. They have 1 mystery card in hand. Bam. All right. I got plenty of stuff to discard here. We don't care about no rats. Speaking of rats, we'd really like to see a Crypt Rat show up. Okay. Now we can kill stuff ad nauseum. Bloop. Bam. Cast down. Wasn't in the original 75. It's in mine though. Okay. Seen worse. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go this end, the flying couch, I guess. We're not going to be able to gain the life though. Yeah, we've lost here. All right, we'll go off here. Concede. That's an L. So we won the first one, lost the second one. Here we go. What have I learned? I really want to be able to mess with their graveyard more and more. We only had 1 rat. Didn't really feel like I wanted to see it ever. I know I was calling for it because we had multiple flyers there, but I think I'm going to go like that. And I want to make room for 2 of these. I just really want to win the graveyard war. Tithing Blade can probably Ghast. Maybe go down to just 1 of these for the extra graveyard hate they're going to be bringing in. So here we go. I think if my life was on the line, I might be able to cut 1 Myr Enforcer main deck, like in the original 75. 4 suggests you want to see it in your opening hand, and outside of a multiple Vault Blood Fountain draw, I don't think that's you're going to be waiting to see it a lot. But who doesn't like to see multiple Enforcers later? It's worth it with the Blood Fountain mid to late game. It's where my mind's at. Woo! Da, 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 da. Did that. All right, here we are. 8 minutes left. I've been talking way too much. This is a hand only Michigan would give me. Mulligan. Oh boy, another Michigan hand. Mulligan. Keep. If you missed the top of the show, I had some horrific. This is a little late for this. Done here. Bring it out just in case they've got a duress. We're going to bring this out straight away. Pop, 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 pop. I'm going to start calling double and triple mulligans Michigan hands. If you missed the top of the show, my first 2 rounds were like triple mulligan, triple mulligan. Game 2, or round 2, triple mulligan, triple mulligan. And then everything was nice. We'll bring this out at risk of running into a gorilla shaman. It could happen. Okay. What's the black card? So yeah, Hunter's Blowgun was in the original list here. I just didn't like the card. Ended up eating it all the time. I wanted these stats to be like reversed when it does what. I think if we're going to lose, it'll probably be on time here. Here we go. Yeah, we'll do this now. Cracking that. Getting some real removal since we have Spellbomb active. Here's another one. If I get ratted, I don't want to lose the blade to that, so I'm going to hold that land. Here we go. Is a rat on the way? It is not. My God, we played so much pickleball yesterday. Here's to you, Jessica. I played 3.5 hours. It came home, had some lunch. My wife and I went and drilled for 2 hours, and then we played for about another hour. That's on top of about a 5-mile walk I start every day with. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I definitely got my sun quota for the week. 18 lands in this beast. About to trip one of these spell bombs just for tempo here. We've only got 6 minutes to try to win out. Good news, we got spell bombs. Bad news, we are drawing pretty dead. Come on, where's the couch? Okay, well, unfortunately, that'll eat a blade. Because we don't really want that to go off as far as with this blowgun and the death touch ability. What do we have here? Bargain showing up. All right. I'm just going to bargain away the bargain. Do the thing here. Cool. Bring this out. Come on, get. Hate that they had 8 cards. Yeah, well, I'll leave it. Who can find the blood fountain first? Oh, I know all about the death touch for it. I just always feels underwhelming, especially with Toxin Analysis. Makes an artifact. Just, I don't know. I like turning my little 1/1s into death dudes. I think the original had 4 of these, and I tried it. I was not a fan. Oh, that's true, Dreamer Stingo. Good point. That's a good one. All right, no attackies. I think we're going to lose on time, everybody. We'll keep this land in hand as a sort of test to new players out there, as well as some other advice. All right. Galblast to the face. We're on about a 5-turn clock here. Galblast has to be up there with probably the top finishing cards in Pauper, I would think. I'm going to do this for tempo, guys. We can't survive much like this, so. Now, if this gave lifelink, I would probably be a much bigger fan of it, but death touch ain't that big of a deal. Well, if we're going to lose one, we might as well get 2 draws out of it, right? Yes. Okay. I love drawing this. Yep. Cool. Let's do this now. Cool. Okay, we've got our sneaky graveyard still available, right? Boom, 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 pow, bing, crack. I'll pay for it. All right, it's gone. Threat's down. I've only got 1 artifact. We're very far away from getting this out. Tempted to just play this Macabre, right? How much does this cost? 4. All right, we'll play it next turn. Inflation. You know, as old school as it is, I'm sure Pestilence is probably in the top 10 or 20 overall, like all of Pauper's history of it, like number of cards that have killed somebody. Lightning Bolt's probably obviously there for just sheer times used, you know. Black artifacts. Bam. I'll bring them out. 1, 2, 3. If it dies, we've got some options here. They've got another Spellbomb there. We can always discard Macabre and get it back. No! I'm not going to pay attention to my clock. We're probably going to lose on time. I don't want to misplay or punt because of it. We've got some decent stuff in our yard. I feel like I want to crack the fountain just to not be under duress all the time here. This and this. Let's see if they want to crack it. That's fine. Make them pull the trigger now. It's 2 of them down. I think that's all they run. Not mistaken. Bloop. Here we go. Just losing a mist vault. Not too great. Darn it. Double Clark Can Shaman. All right. Let's do this. Sure. They'll draw a card. We've lost. They need to be at like 7 life for us to have a shot here. Board just better. Fountain does nothing now. Here we are. Uh-oh, turning on the gas now. Ooh. No attackies for us. Seems a little over the top. Yeah, we'll do this. Discard it. See if we draw anything better. All right. First round, we go 1-2. We're going to lose on time anyway. So, as we wait for our next opponent, we'll say create. And I will open up one of the Modern Horizons booster packs, courtesy of RIW Hobbies. These are all going to my son's collection, just so we know. We've got a, what is this called? Aldemari Revived, one of those little art things. I don't know if anybody likes those. We've got an island. We've got Signature Slam. We have, as our rare, Strix Serenade. Pretty interesting. Counter target artifact, creature, or planeswalker spell for 1 blue. That looks like sideboard all over the place. Oh, and check it out. Pauper style. Got a Priest of Titania. How do you say that? Oh, we'll look over the rest of them later. Say yes here. Keep things moving. And another Michigan hand. We'll mulligan this. Another Michigan hand. This feels like I'm in Livonia. Mulligan. Wow. Keep. And then it gives you too many. Just love that, don't you? All right. I could probably do without 2 of these and maybe the Transmogrant. Sure, done. Got to get Metalcraft somehow. If they kill this, we're accelerated still. Good grief. Let's not forget that we started last game that way too, or the second game. We won the first one against Affinity, and then we had a hand like this and lost. And then we lost on time and inevitability too. So, yep. For quite a while, when I think mulligan, I'm going to say Michigan. That state was not nice to my first 2 rounds. But like I said before I even went there, I was due for a bad outing, you know. Here we go. I always click on these just in case. I know I can't do it unless they kill this in instant speed. The color is green. Interesting. Oh, watch, they have like a Moldova Acid Moss turn or Thermokarst, which you don't see too much anymore. It was an interesting deck that ran. I think it was 4 Stone Rains. It was a I was announcing the top 8 of the finals. Or I mean the top 8 up into the finals because the guys split, which I was kind of happy about. At that point, I had been there for 12 hours. As is my way, I get to places way too early, and I did in this case too. I got to just thinking maybe I'm going to get lost. Maybe there's, a car wreck. I'm from out of town. I was staying at a hotel probably 10 minutes away, and I gave myself like 90 minutes to get there. So I got there, walked around the town a lot. There was a funny sign in the back of RIW Hobbies that said, no parking, no loitering, and no standing. So I texted my wife and friends, and I said, I took this picture while running in place. I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, that's a pretty cool give and go ability, that Strict Serenade. That's a sideboard card if I've ever seen one, as far as Modern goes or other decks like that. Okay. No blockies for us. This is hexproof for sure. Had a lesson with my pickleball guru master. I just call him Yoda, but his name's Luis Marquez. Best coach by leaps and bounds, even over the pros that I trained with in Costa Rica. Who doesn't want to, get advice from people that are doing it right? But I mean, I think he could play with all of them. Probably beat him. The guy's just insane. But we were working on hand. I was like, you always pick something you're going to work on in your lesson and stuff. And instead of fixing something, I was like, you know what? I want to make what I'm really good at even better. And so I focused a lot on hand speed, which has always been kind of one of my things. We need land. We need everything. So I'm going to trip a blood token here. Even if we draw a land here, it's better than another Ghast. Ugh, this is not looking good, folks. We can at least block this in hopes that our Edict effect shows up. But we might as well full send this. Can gain 4 if we wait a turn. That could be relevant, really. Not with trample, though. Never mind. Yeah, it's not worth taking 5 and losing a creature when I could gain 4 and draw 2 cards. Wait, no. That's not gaining 4. That's the Fanatical Offering. Darn it. That's not the one that does that. Yeah. Chat, where'd you go? There's no scenario we can pull off of this, so we're just going to save our clock. Oops. That was presumptuous of me. I wrote W. It was an L. All right. Snuff Out. We've got most of the answers here. Don't really think I'm going to be worried about a Spellbomb here. I do probably want some flyers, though. I'm just going to bring these in mostly to block stuff. And they occasionally, maybe they do have access to every color mana there. Sometimes I do feel like I want spot removal in this matchup. Because usually their way of getting around things is to do the thing. I'm going to bring out 1 and 1 here. And bring in 2 cast downs just for that weird standard bearer that gets enchanted, I've got some sort of answer to other than rats there. Yeah, Butter Ghost. I remember I played that in I think it was 2014 to 2015, a lot when nobody was playing Boggles. And back when you ran Aura Gnarlid, it's still a great card. They don't have an answer right then and there. It's like, game's over. Yeah. We don't have any edicts. But our mana's right, but we don't really have a way to eat anything. I'm going to mulligan this and really hope we don't get... Okay, we've got double card interaction. We've got multiple draws. I like this. We'll keep this. Really have to keep this. We've got a target for Dispute in the Wellspring. I'm going to sacrifice a bit of tempo here. This is really rough. Maybe I lose the Wellspring. I can eat one of these. I'm going to do that. I'm going to give them a lot of respect here. I just want to hit my curve out here. Got 2 artifacts online. I can at least, make them discard something on turn 2, which is pretty good. I can always dispute the blood token. I know it's not drawing 3, but I think that's a little presumptuous against this. Okay, this is looking better and better. To rat or to dispute? I'm going to rat. I can at least potentially block here. They're going to go down 1 card. Can always dispute it later. And we do have the nasty little Crypt Rat Toxin Analysis combo. If I had played Boggles, I would always make room for about 2 Flaring Pains in the sideboard. Always funny how color locked people get. It's like, well, it's green and white. It's like, you kind of have access to everything because of the card just played right now, Abundant Growth. Beautiful little card. And there's the thing we need to kill. Okay, until Trample shows up, I'm going to wait for that Glade Cover Scout to get a lot more respectable. A little more time in the gym. Till I get Schwartzified, then I'll start blocking. As it sits now, I think I'm just going to attack, dispute, blood token. This is when I don't like Wellspring. I have to hit a land here. So I'm going to dispute blood token now. Give me a land, please, deck. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll never say anything bad again. Yeah, I think maybe we block, sack, just play possum a bit. We've got the Crypt Rat combo, so this feels pretty good. Just need to draw a lot more resources. As long as Trample doesn't show up, but even if it does... What did I say? I'll never say anything bad again. Oh boy, there's Trample. Darn it. Okay. Well, blocking's not going to do anything, so I'm just going to kill this now. Gain 4, nullify the damage. They'll get it. Yeah, that's getting pretty cool. Choose that. Down it goes. The most dreaded card to ever be seen. Let's bring out a Wellspring. I'll dispute it immediately. Okay, dispute this. Depending on how many lands we draw here, might bring out the Ghast just to... you know what? Maybe that would be better. If we bring out the Ghast, we block, it dies, we take out that, then maybe we sit on Crypt Rats even longer, make them overextend even more. I kind of like that. Yeah, let's do that. And we've got the trump card. Don't have to play it. This will make the rat payoff even bigger. We only have to trip it for that one. Okay, it's getting very large. Do the thing. Either way, this looks like they're going to want to commit more to the board for the obvious edict effects here. So we're going to take 5. Take out the warrior token unless they have some sort of technology in tow. Let's do that. Oh man, you even know where it was from, Dreamer's Dingo. That's awesome. Come on, commit. Something else. Oh man. All right, well, we're just going to blade and hold. Blade hold. Have some sort of instant token effect here. There's a lot of charms that do that kind of stuff. They're pretty cool. Bring on another fountain here. Still going to hold on our game plan. I'll probably bargain away that blood token just to stay up on tempo. You have 10 draw 2 effects. It's pretty sweet. All right, we'll do this. Yeah, it doesn't gain us any life. I'll get rid of that blade. Gain 2 life. It might be relevant. Cool. We've got a hitter. Still going to keep this out. We're just going to start chipping away with Macabre here. He's like, what on earth are you playing that for? All right. 15 turns away from winning. Woo! Here comes Rancor. All right. Anything else? Just Tithing Blade again here. Blop. Blade. Do they have some effects? They do not. It's Dead Gem. Gonna bargain away the blade again. Let's do the thing. Just keeping offering up, discarding even more cards. Okay. Well, now we've got them on a little more respectable clock, right? This whole time we've had the answer in our hand. We will keep it safe. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. That's what Gandalf said. All right, yeah. Little did they know how over it really was. Let me just get a blocker accelerator in there for this. These could be relevant. More of a look, remember me sort of sideboard, right? Priest of Titania. I think that's how you say it. Raoul and Implicit Maze is our uncommon. We've got a Scurry of Gremlins with a nice whole lot of text going on there. Okay, we have a good hand. We've got Edicts we will keep. This is a propaganda hand as opposed to a Michigan hand. Every time I see that on the map now, I'm going to have a little card trauma. Just be like, hey, remember? Nothing beat Pro Tour LA for sheer dramatic value, though, because as is my way of being super early to things and being over-prepared, I had literally sealed, locked, and did everything with my deck box, had it all in a little thing, hung it on the door frame, everything. And when I went to round one, I had a mulligan. No lands. Then I mulligan again. No lands. Mulligan again. No. And I had put, I think it had 22 basics in it. So we win this one. They probably figured we were on the, which we were. We had multiple things. But anyway, so then I go through in horror my deck list. This is round one of Pro Tour LA with First Time Pauper was a big event there. No lands at all. So I had to take a match loss, go buy the lands in a sweaty hurry. And then I won out. I didn't lose a single match. I went 5-0 after that and finished, I don't know, I think it was like 20th or something like that. Might have been a little bit more. But God, that was so traumatic. And to this day, I still don't know what happened. Michigan hand. I'm mulligan that. We'll keep this one. Why do we throw it back? Probably the Spellbomb. We'll keep this. It is a nice turn one. We do have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm still going to get rid of it. Is it done? Not that useful right now. We'll bring out the Ghast. Yeah, you're right. Litified, that's the magic equivalent to showing up to a speaking show like in a dream and you look down and you're naked or something, right? Yeah, we've got a local thing here. There's a tiny little store, very similar to like it was in Placerville back in the day. Very small store called Triangle Games right outside of LAX. You could walk there from LAX. And they're starting something up in about a little over a week, Tuesday night. So I won't be at Pauper Classic Tuesdays. I think I'm going to probably try to 50-50 it. I'll do maybe 1 week on, 1 week off or whatever. But for the beginning of this, I'm going to try to throw my support and not feel like a hypocrite. Let's do the familiar. One more. Sure. Why not? We'll do that. I'd rather have this as a blocker. Can at least accelerate things. Oh, Lotless Giant in the graveyard. Sometimes the rat doesn't help you. And hopefully it fires. You know, when you first start a Pauper scene, it's RIW Hobbies. We even back this up. When they first started, you know, the owner had to play and, you know, you get these. But after a few weeks of just being steady, people know they can kind of count on it and stuff. What's weird is, you know, here at Legion Games on Monday night, they have one, which I haven't been to in it's been about 3 months now. Speaking of needing the thing. All right, let's go. I just haven't been there consistently enough and feel a little hypocritical, you know. I'm always saying, like, support Pauper, do this and that. And it's like, here I go doing everything but, right? I go for like 1 or 2 weeks and then I'm gone for a while. So got to pay my dues while I've got all this time. Alrighty, I think I want to do what? 1, 2, 3. This would be 4. Let me get this out. There we go. Pow. Just like I meant it to happen, right? I love efficiently using mana. But it was good for me to get out to Michigan solo because always traveling with my wife, you almost have like a traveling kid mindset where I just don't realize it. I'm just almost never having to rent a car, do the hotel thing, and so I had to put on my big boy pants. That was pretty fun. I think I'll probably make this Pauper Classic Tuesday, but maybe not others. So I guess we attack with 2 out of the 3. 4. That dies. All right, so that's going to cost a bit. So this is going to cost 4? No, 3. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to do this. Let me dispute this. Stay up on the same mana count here. Drawing 3 cards. Still going to cost 3. I do have the 3 there. That does work like that. Really want to find some answers here. Let's slow roll it. Do this to here. Oh boy, this is going to be fun when this works. We're down to 2. All right, I'm going to bring this out just for more blockers. Plop, bloop. And it counts the same. Here we go. Sneaky Snacker is going to keep getting in. Very cool little list here. A desert. Surveil 1. Yeah, I remember seeing this card when that cowboy set came out. That's pretty cool. Being able to do it all. We really need to find a rats here. It's going to really favor us if our deck shows up. They're really counting on a lot of creatures hitting the board, and so are we. Love this Gatekeeper. Very cool. Has Unearth, if I remember right. Yep, for 1. That's pretty burly. Don't like this inclusion. I guess if you're doing that, yeah, but Root Wall just never does anything. It's like one of those auto includes. You're just like, I'm playing Madness, so I'm going to just shove 4 of these in there. No offense to my opponent, but that's kind of what I hear when I see that card show up. It's like there's a lot better options. Maybe find some way to use Stitchwing. Anyway, at this point, they're just going to be bait for Myr Enforcers to run over, right? Here we go. Plop, plop, plop. Bring this out. We got lots of blockers. We will attack. Do that. Suggesting we have some sort of dispute effect. We shall see. What are we going to call this? Graveyard. Rakdos. That way when I go to sideboard, I kind of know what to do. They're at 10. There's a lot less giant there. I'm going to want all my graveyard stuff. Always good to take notes. Did that. Another lot less giant showing up. Dread Return is in the yard. We need to find our Crypt Rat real quick. Might be too late. I'm not sure why they're not. Hopefully they are running Clark Kent Shaman in a shell like this. You've got their flyer to keep going, and then you can clear the board and when you need to. You've got enough artifacts to represent at least a little switchability. Woo! Hey, they got the same avatar as me. Word of Command, if I remember right. Yep. I haven't changed that in decades. Boom. We're probably just dead here, right? They got 13 creatures in the yard. I do like these new little things they add to some updates here. We'll let it do the thing, so people that don't know, bam, we're dead. Woo! Tombic wins. So if you notice, this looks a lot like 8 Rat, especially after I made my little tweaks and stuff like that. I'm just still not sold on the best build. I almost took that to Michigan. Before we get too crazy, let's bring in our lovely package here. I do think I want Snuff Outs. Don't really want blades at all. Let's see if we can make room for a whole lot of hate. We do want Crypt Rats. Spellbomb stays. This is going to gain us life. This keeps things from coming back. I'm going to cut one Enforcer. Hey, one. Maybe cut one of these. Boy, we got some hate, don't we? One rat. One offering. One ghast. Let's go. Yeah. All right, here we go. Yep. Yeah, we'll keep this. We've got graveyard hate. We've got one drops. We've got all kinds of stuff. Let's bring this out. I always like to lead with Ghast here. Suck if we get duressed and they take our Spellbomb, but we've got other options. Either get in early and often if they've got removal or haste. We can... Uh-oh, there we go. Similar to that one we played, right? Down goes our Spellbomb. That blows. Dread Return. They get a Gatekeeper out of the deal. Good times. All right, now I regret that. Till they prove otherwise, I'm going to keep getting our artifacts out so we can play... Look at this, man. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could play a Myr Enforcer next turn. Have to pay 3 for it, but then after that we can bring back Transmogrant. Can always blood token away a swamp if they go crazy here, which would be really impressive. Burning Inquiry. Funny how often we've seen that card in the last couple months, right? Never before. Was that M10, I think that card's from? Let me double check. M10. Why do I know these things? Hello, Mr. Famous. Oh, thank you for that. How did you end up finishing in the tournament last week? If you watched the top of the show, I had triple mulligans for my first 4 hands. So I went 0-2 for the first 2 rounds, and then I almost won out. I lost to a fan playing Affinity, which was pretty cool. If you're going to lose to somebody, might as well be somebody who likes the show and wants you to sign stuff. So that was pretty cool. And like I said, I got spotted in the airport twice. That was really weird. That's never happened to me. Well, I got spotted at Triangle Games. I walked in and the guy was like, "Aren't you?" And I took off my hat as like a calling card. I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." So that was pretty funny. All right, we've got a blood token there. Get artifacts here. Don't really have much of anything else. To bring out this or to just play a Crypt Rat? This feels silly. Let's do that. We'll attack. Could have bargained away my Shambler, but I think I'm just going to do that. Did I play land? I did. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Clean. Yeah, it's like silly, like is about as hidden as Clark Kent with his glasses disguised in the old school Superman days, right? The other day I was buying alcohol at the store, and this lady carded me, and I just took off my hat. I was like, "Isn't this a good enough ID?" That got a good laugh. Speaking of Mr. Clean. So yeah, now when I'm running bad and I have like a double or triple mulligan, I call it a Michigan hand. Alrighty, here we go. We just need some graveyard hate to show up here. Really want to shut off these snackers, which did not show up for me at all. So the rounds that I did, when I went 3-3 for the overall record of 6 rounds, but shenanigans, haven't seen that in a long time. Shenanigans coming back to hand, but my snacker attack just did not show up. I had maybe one game where I had 2 snackers out, and they kept coming back and back. And when I was playtesting that new Boros Bully with gates and snackers included, it was just drawing out of its mind most of the time. I took it to Pauper Classic Tuesday and got second with it. That's why I added the extra dust to dust in the sideboard, because of that Tuesday. And it still wasn't enough because that fan that I did lose to was on that. So that was frustrating. All right, we'll attack here. See if they want to utilize anything like a lightning bolt effect here. We're not that out of the woods here. Outlet Giant and Dread Return is here. So I think I do want to rat here. Digital crack. Woo. Okay, so we know that they have the dredge card in hand. So I'm going to do this. And there's a Dread Return in their sideboard. So I think I'm going to trip this now. Done. Sure. Bloop. Not sure. They're probably going to try to take out my vault, I would imagine, with their shenanigans that they put back in their hand, but whatever. Or Myr Enforcer, obviously. Who knows with an active Blood Fountain. They are only at 12, though. It's going to be tough for them because they want to establish the board again with the Snacker combo. We've already seen Burning Inquiry show up, so that's a thing. I could get them right back to relevance. There's 10 creatures. Yeah, I'd be at 5 life if they pulled that off. Crazy. Whenever I play the Dread Return decks, I don't tend to draw too hot. Snacker showing up. We might be close to dead here. Might have to eat that Enforcer. 3 Snackers back. They can sack them to all Dread Return, bring back the thing, which would be 13 damage. Uh-oh, make that 15. They've got us. I think they got us. How'd that happen? They lost cards. Nope, that would be 12. So yeah, I can sacrifice Dread Return. Uh-oh, now I might really be dead. Yeah, 10. Oh, it'll make it 13. Is it more? It probably is. 14, yeah, I'm dead. This is pretty, because that'll be 17 in the yard. Giant comes back, bam. What a cool list, man. Seems to be working well for him. Boop, I'll just let it happen. Dread Return. Pop. When's the new ban coming out? I should know this. All right, so we're 1-2. My bladder's doing fine. You know what? I'm going to use the restroom, going to get some coffee, and we're going to check out Most Extreme Elimination Challenge, Magic the Gathering style, and I'll be back right after this.
Catch a wave, dodge the dolphin, or die.
That sounds like fun, Vic.
Except for the rotating surfboard of death part, Kenny.
Oh, yeah.
First up for makeover, Dr. Villanoma Mussolini.
Just what you do?
Specializes in facial mole relocation. There he goes. He starts off, Ken. Oh, he is down and down quickly.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's take another look at that.
Right you are, Ken. Let's go to the replay.
Right there. His hand comes off. Oh, that is awesome. But he can rebuild himself. He has the technology. I wonder what he charges for a hand job.
Last up for the makeover team, 16-year-old Buddy Weiser.
Got an A in math.
Buddy, of course, had a makeover to make himself look older so he could buy beer for his friends.
Yeah, now he just looks like his Uncle Larry.
Oh, there's a barley hop over the dolphin into a Sea to St. Pauli girl. Look at this now, Ken. Oh, there he is into a dancing firewater.
He's going to set a Guinness Stout record.
I think you might be right. An ID fakie, a prone Pilsner, and he now steams his way into victory. Except for Cable, Joni Chachi.
I'm Cable ready.
She runs the Home and Gore TV network, the all-slasher movie channel.
Hey, do you think Freddy Krueger could kick Jason's ass?
I'm not familiar with your friends, Ken. Oh, there she is, trouble with the dolphin right away, and she is down.
I intend to be successful.
And here's Chad Lamont. He's a marketing expert who single-handedly launched the household mold panic. Oh, and he starts off a little trouble there at the beginning. Up over the dolphin, and he launches himself.
What is he doing?
Next up, Chief Cliff Pallets.
Turn the buffalo.
He's a headliner at the Blochunka Indian Hotel Casino. There he starts off.
Into a crouching lean-to.
Right you are, over the pink dolphin. Oh, and he lays back into a buffalo pie. Nicely done.
All right, we're back. All right, so thank you for that road trip update from Jared's wife, courtesy of the co-pilot media duties. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, I've got a deck called Black Driver that uses a lot of vehicles. Speaking of road trips, yeah, I want to play first. And this is a Michigan hand. We'll mulligan this. How cool is that? Somebody's listening to me while driving. This is a neat world. 20 years ago, told me that I'd be playing Magic. Well, 20 years ago, yeah, Magic was 3 years old online. But if you told me 30 years ago that I'd be playing with people from around the world while other people drove around the world and watched around the world, I'd be like, what? Blow your mind. Hey, thank you for that, Jaredgel. With the... Yeah, Better an early quitter than a mid to late game quitter. All right, off to more revealing of Modern Horizons. We've got the Trickster's Elk with Bestow. It's a 3/3 for 3. That's pretty sweet. Getting into the comments now. Oh, Landscape. I'm going to have so many of these because I had Aaron get, I think, like 8 of each. One from him, one from me when they came out because they were so good. A Shattered Landscape. The Mandibular Kite. Sorry. Another Sheltering Landscape. And the Guantana. All right. We will keep this one. We've got ways to draw, and this can make a land if we need it to. So, find Shape Up Prodigy. Never played this person before. What is going on here? People just don't want to be on camera here. Let's concede that match. Don't want quitters. We want players. Create. Anyway, yeah, RIW Hobbies gifted me the entire box of Modern Horizons 3. So, once per show, I'm going to open them until they're all gone. So, that'll take like 3 years. Maybe I should open more than one a show. I hope they don't quit again. We'll keep. If they quit again, I'm going to take down the name and block them. They just, that's such a digital thing, right? You go and don't get a hand you like. You're like, I'm just going to quit. And in real life, it's like, no, that matters. Oh, the Onslaught Fletch lands, yeah. Those got me a pretty penny when I sold my first set. Ooh. All right. Sure, we'll bring out the Vault. We'll get an early Enforcer if things work out. We got a pretty good hand here. Got rats. We got ways to gain a lot of life. And a Tithing Blade. Hopefully they don't bring out some little, like, we don't want to see the vampire show up here because that'll eat the blade. That's okay. What are they going to reveal here? Golgotha Rebirth. Don't like this at all. Makes our blade useless. I mean, as a tempo play, I almost have to play it, right? Saving 1 damage, but yuck. Not good. Not good at all. We just need to play it just to get an artifact out there and take 1 less damage, right? That was probably the worst case scenario right there. Okay, this got better. Yeah, I think I could do that. I can block 1 for 1. This is still an artifact. Sure, I'll bring this out. Three artifacts out. If I play that other Vault, we can just throw out a Myr Enforcer, which will probably, this board state, eat a Galblast at least. Better than it going to our face. But that suggests that we don't have, that we don't block, which I do want to block here. Alrighty. Hey. It's been like summertime out here in LA. Brought the good weather with me to Michigan. Oh man, Michigan's art scene is impressive. I went to the Detroit Institute of Arts. One of John, the owner of RIW Hobbies, his name is John, and one of his old buddies, block here, and roommates told me about this, the Art Institute. You don't, at least I didn't think of Detroit as a big art city. I do now. Wow. I got sick of art. It just wandered 3 stories, labyrinthine hallways. The outside doesn't look all that impressive, and then it just goes forever. Everything from Egyptians with bodies inside tombs and sarcophaguses to like Alexander the Great relics. I was just like I said, it just got arted out. There was just an embarrassment of riches. Okay. We're still going to slow roll this. I'll bring out a blade just so I can eat it maybe. I'm just trying to get our artifact count up. We can rats for 1. It's not going to do too much here. 4, 3 gets me that. Might have to just bargain away the Tithing Blade to eat 1 turn of the Tomb Raider's ability here. Yeah, and then I went wandering through. They gave me about 3 places to visit. One of them was Belle Isle, and I spent a nice, very stormy, cloudy, didn't rain on me, but I got lost in a marsh. I just kept trying to make this shortcut back to where I was, and the swamp ground was getting to me. Had quite an adventure there. Much like traversing through something like this. It was pretty similar looking, minus the tombstone. One thing that cracked me up about the upper side of America. Excuse me. Oh, there's another one coming. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Was how that place lacks chlorophyll. Everywhere you look, it's supposed to be green, like grass, trees, evergreen trees. They all have this cardboard look to them. Everything is just kind of washed in this brown, yellow hue. I was like, what does this place have against chlorophyll? It's driving me nuts. All right, how much is this going to cost me now? 3. Of course it's 3. I can't block and do the thing. But it'll at least stop that from going down. Let me try that. We're just going to bring out our dude. Hopefully it deters him enough and we can go from that. All right, we got that in the official lexicon of online quotabilities there. Boom, boom. It was actually kind of beautiful when you step back and look at kind of the sameness. It was like, you know, when an artist only works with a few colors and you get that very thematic look. But it was baffling to me. I was just like, what does this place have against green? Yep, we're taking 3. Wipe the board, do the thing. Do I just wait on Crypt Rats until I can... Yeah, I don't want to go down to... I don't want to be at 4. Wipe the board here with this. Chain lightning. Oh, we're just dead. Okay. Not fast enough. We had the answers in hand. Nope. Go from there. So, Jared's wife, where are you guys headed to today? And we're dead. We have a fan watching from the road. I still got your mug right here with all the cool little things inside. While we're at it. Where is it? Paints on Fire Busy. Thrift store paintings. Make sure to check them out. That's his wife who did a lot of the cool laser engraving on that mug and everything else, if you remember that story. All right. Well, we're going to want campfires in this matchup. Take out 2 of these. I'm going to bring in 2 Cloven Vampires. Got our life taken care of here. Tithing Blade really blows. And I think I'll just bring in 1 cast down. Don't need these at all. We'll bring in 3 cast downs. And hopefully keep them at bay. Here we go. Heading down to Portland. Woo! Good times. Yeah, here we are. Campfire to keep us warm. All right, we'll open up another pack. I'm not going to be staring at this. I'm too much of a neat freak. I don't want this box staring at me here. So we're just going to open them as dead air dictates. More on that later. All right, here we go. Yes. I wish I had a setup with a better cam. This is a Michigan hand. We're going to mulligan this. Hey, therapy through complaining, right? That's what I'm about. Michigan hand. It's about the 7th one we've had today. I thought this deck was almost impervious to Michigan hands with so much draw, but things I might change, maybe a couple village rights. I guess you need a lot of help in this matchup, and we're triple mulliganing. We'll keep this. We're not going to need a fountain for quite a while. I'm going to lean on. Unfortunately, we're going to have to eat one of these faster than later. I guess I'll get rid of a bargain. You could argue dispute, but we're so mana screwed here. I really do need the acceleration there. I know there's the life argument there, so we're going to do that double. Did you kick a black cat into a mirror under a ladder? Yeah, well, welcome to what this time last Saturday was. Maybe I should start streaming on a different day. Maybe that's the problem, right? I'm not going to activate Campfire right away, so I'm going to bring this out so that if I draw into a land, I can at least try to pull out of this horrible state. Yeah, that's it. That would be a really good flavor text Jaredgel in like some bad luck sort of thing, like maybe like Burning Inquiry or something like that. You just have some character in Magic lore say something to that effect. It's like, good lord, did you kick a black cat into a mirror? It's better the way you wrote it. Adding under a ladder is a little too much. It's like a really strong coffee. It's like, yeah, I get it. Don't need it. We're going to block. It's going to take one less damage, and that ain't worth removal, so I'm going to do the thing. Tragic slip for sure. Yeah. And why not deny me mana the rest of the game, deck? Yeah. Ah. My razor sharp teeth. Ha! I've cut through many a things in life, including my tongue sometimes. Ouch! My incisors are like razor sharp. I've often thought of maybe having them like dulled down. I can bite through like zip ties with them. But just get these on. My little vampire teeth. Oh, I got a block. I'm going to do the thing. I'm going to try to get rid of resources here. I'll take 4. It's better than 5 every turn. I know our deck doesn't want us to win. Let's see if we draw what we theoretically should draw as another land. Hey, look at that. Sometimes math works. Let's do everything. We're going to draw. I'll use the acceleration to bring out a Campfire. That helps a lot, really. We'll bring out Campfire with white mana, just to ensure that we're going to have a healing moment moving forward here. Little fight. Clockwork Percussion is showing up. Reckless Lackey doing its thing. All right. Well, I guess we're just going to, if things don't improve, we're just going to cast down one of these Tomb Raiders, gain 2 of this life back, and hope we're alive. Hey, thank you for that, Dreamer Stingo. Very relevant. All righty. Let's do this. And we'll keep this up, implying that we have some sort of answer. Right now we're taking 2 a turn. The board stays the same. Played this list for about 5 evenings on and off and did a lot better than it's doing today. I'm starting to think Saturday mornings I should not be playing Pauper, because between last week's outing and some of our streamer hands, as I like to call it, deck will do great for 20 draws, and then if I hit go live streaming, it's time for everything to go to crap. I'm probably putting that energy out in the world, and it's manifesting, right? Isn't that a thing? Remember that one a long time ago, we had like an all positivity, like we're just gonna, and I called like 4 or maybe even 5, Shirazamon would know, our old host, but cards off the top, just named them. And it wasn't like I need a swamp right now. It was like towards the last 2 guesses, it was like 1 of 1 card in the list, and it started getting pretty spooky. Like you can just will yourself. All right. Well, we can technically gain 3 life here. Problem is we're taking 6. Hey, that's a good time to have this show up. Unfortunately, this is so maddening. Kind of have the answer, kind of don't. Let's see. We're going to take 4 next turn. You know what? Maybe we play it. Let's just have fun with this. We know we're dead, right? I'll just do this. We'll take 6 next turn. I'm gonna do the Campfire thing. Unless Bushwhacker shows up, then we're dead either way. But I might be at 1 life and be able to pull this off. If I can gain 1 more with that, probably not. We'll see. I can bargain it back, gain 3, trip it. Yeah, I'd have enough to do that. Chances of us being alive this time next turn? Very little. I'd say 7%. How many ways can you kill me? There was very little red in Michigan showing up. That blew my mind. We'll gain the life and roll the dice. But one deck did make it all the way to the quarterfinals. That was neat to see. There was a guy in the finals I dubbed because he beat in the quarterfinals, he beat the red deck. And he was at one life like 6 different times. And I dubbed him the Death Surfer. Because against a deck like this, being at one life, as we are right now, pretty precarious position. I don't think we're a Death Surfer. We are not. We lose. My goodness. L red off to the last matchup. Boop. That was not competitive. We're always like that half turn behind everything. So while we have an active audience, we have a full art of some, not sure what this card is. It says it is the Satya Aetherflux Genius. Okay. Looks more like a Vidal Sassoon model to me. Wait, we got a foil Mountain. We've got a foil Malevolent Rumble, which I can't stand. I love Malevolent Rumble, but I do not like foils. They are wasted on me. Our rare, courtesy of RAW Hobbies again, Invert Polarity. I think my son plays with that. Oh, Deep Analysis. We're getting quite a few little Pauper All-Stars showing up here. I'm liking that. Should start a new pile for that. And Is It Genitorium for Is It Mana. It says if you would, I got to read it far away. If you would gain 1 or more energy, draw a card, blah, 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 blah. Pretty cool. We'll get to the rest later as we go to our last round here. So I'll maybe be opening between 2 and 3 packs a day till we run out. Seems a lot better. 10 shows. That's still, over 2 months of shows here. Guardian of the Forgotten. Wastscape Battle Mage. I love Battle Mages. It's like in Pauper when it says choose 1 or 2 or both. Always good cards. Hey, there's the hated card of the format, the Writhing Chrysalis showing up. Of course, I've got multiples. I almost wish that I wasn't in these recent tournaments in Paper as of late, and I was going to them because I'm going to get so many cards that my son bought for me. Bless his heart. Expel the Unworthy, the common slot. We've got Colossal Dread Mask, which is actually that living weapon that's some people I've seen play that. Hey, this is thematic. The Transmogrant shows up, right? I was just thinking, I ought to get a few of those because I think that's a card that's just going to keep being an option in decks like this and moving forward. Siege Smash, Utter Insignificance, and Grave Dig. Wow, do we got the quitters today. I'm glad that they're doing it immediately. I'll do the thing here. And yeah, so that rounds off that pack. Maybe we open another one? Sure. It's better than just staring at a dead screen, right? All right, my hands work this time. No need for my vampire teeth. As we open up, hey, we got an Eldrazi Scion. We got a Nyxborn Unicorn. Ooh, Emmakruel, The World Anew. This might be worth something. This is, when you cast a spell, gain control of all creatures target player controls. Flying, protection from spells and from permanents that were cast this turn. When it leaves the battlefield, sacrifice all creatures you control. Madness, pay 6 waste mana. Woo, very cool. Thank you, Jared. You guys be safe on the road. Glad to see you're not texting and you got your wife on media duties. Thank you for doing that. All right, destroy each artifact of mana with value X or less is the card of Meltdown. That's pretty cool artwork. I don't know. I know it's a tiny screen. I should have a bit more here. Expressive Iteration. Ooh, Mythic. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. This costs 1 blue and 1 red. In sorcery. Put one of them in your hand. Put the rest of them on the bottom of your library and exile one of them. You may pay the exiled card this turn. That's a full mana 1. My son's going to be pretty happy with a lot of these pulls. I know some of these cards from his decks that he plays on Modern Nights. Stomp is an uncommon that we have opened here. I've opened some pretty good cards already out of 3 packs. I'm pretty sure. Does anybody know the value of that Emmakruel or whatever that I opened? I know there's multiple versions of it, but yep, here we go. All right, we finally have a decent hand. We're going to say keep. This is how this deck plays when I'm solo. It's just always 2 or 3 lands and feels perfect. And then, you press go live and you get 1 mana Michigan hands or no mana triple mulligan hands. So off we go. Bring out this. We'll attain Metalcraft immediately. Woo! Bit of a faster show. That's what happens when you lose. And when you play against some more red decks here. Just to keep the damage down, and in the case that this is another red list, I'm going to Tithing Blade that. We'll do this. We'll Tithing Blade just to save on expenditures of life. Look at that. We got Myr Enforcer pretty soon. $9. That ain't bad. I'm sure that'll just keep going up. Those seems to be the way of things. This suggests that they're waiting for their swamp to show up. Highway Robbery. Snackers coming out. Bloop. There we go. Oh, it's an all red Fae list, similar to the one we played about 3 weeks ago, if I remember right. Okay, well, we can block that. I'd almost rather draw a card here, though, guys. How about draw a card, gain some life? Let me bring out the Wellspring. Let's just hit a land, please. Please, 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 please. Okay, very cool. And this will cost nothing. And we can still do other stuff. All right, let's go. Off we are. We've got a Solar Transformer, uncommon, Phyretic Rebirth, Rakdos. These are uncommons. Foul Strike is the common. We'll get this life in there. Green. What on earth? Conduit Goblin. Thraben Charm. Very cool. I'm going to start this little pauper pile. Glimpse the Impossible. I need another one of those. And another Transmogrant. It's almost like this pack of cards knew what we were playing today, isn't it? Now we have enough to make this deck. But the way it's performing, I don't want to play it. At least when I'm streaming. Second I say cancel the feed or go back to just regular, it'll show up, right? Off we go. 4 cards in our opponent's hand. Not sure why they're on green. Cool. We'll bring this out. A lot of ways to gain life here. That was a mistake. I should have disputed the Ichor Wellspring first. Even if we didn't hit a land, I could have used the black to do that. As it sits now, we're very naked. This looks a lot like the deck we played about 3 weeks ago. Maybe it is. I don't remember running Highway Robbery in ours, though. Sure. Make them have it. Let's see it come out. Back it comes. Another snacker in the yard. And that, yikes. Okay, well, we'll be sitting back waiting to block that. Reckless Worm. Arrogant Worm's colorful big brother. Well, that is trample. It does nothing. If I kill that to there, we'll draw 3 cards. Hopefully one of them is a swamp. There we go. This is rough. I want to block, but I also want to gain the life here. I think we'll chill out. We do have 2 spell bombs, man. We had to mulligan one away here. Good to know that. Captain Vlad Tepes, thanks again for your subs, my friend. All right. Oh, I think I'm just going to block that. I'll just trade. I can eat the blade with one of the bargains. I'll bring back the merman. Merman. Spark Spitter. Discard a card. Create a 3/1 elemental creature token named it. Haste and does the thing. Cool. It's a 1/3, folks. It needs to do the thing. We will I'll bargain away the blade here. Gain 2 life out of the ordeal. Hey, we like seeing that. Only thing better is if we draw a Toxin Analysis right now. We do not. We'll bring this out. Yeah, we can trip that for 1. That'll at least keep, who at bay. And with our treasure token, we can also bargain this for 3 life. It's pretty cool. Or I could play the rat. Chill out. No, I want to be able to stop this shenanigans from happening. Plus, it might need a bolt here. Could potentially Fanatical Offering, do the thing. It's always an option, but it always seems like a turn away from reality unless you're already winning, and then why have it, right? So I think it might be better to play Insights over these. So you have 11 and 12 as far as your Deadly Dispute options. Right now we're running 10, but if you put in the extras, you'd have a whole lot more. Okay, that move makes no sense. We'll wipe the board, do the thing, holding down control as we do it. Say done. Before the effect happens, we'll gain 3 life out of the deal. And Reckoner's bargain it, since it's going to die anyway. Draw 2 cards. Cool. Snacker's coming all back. I don't know where our graveyard hate is. The useless Root Walla. I guess that's why they're running green, to make it a little less useless. I do not think that is room, not even in this galaxy, worth it. Slow your deck down so that you can win when you would have been winning. I'm not sure. What's this cost? Well, let's make it a little bit. We're gonna see if they've got something for this. Tough to run into a madness deck and make them discard, right? They're probably gonna want to discard whatever this is. Oh, that's not too bad. Oh, this is free. This is good times. We'll bring this out so that I can kill something at instant speed. Yeah, we'll play this just so we have extra black so we can do the fanatical thing. Let's rock like this. I think I want to trip this now. I'll get rid of this here. Cool. All right, we can gain a lot of life here. Instaboard. So if that Spark Spitter goes off, we always have the option of Fanatical Offering or Ghast to just do the thing. Board state doesn't change and they play Possum. We can always get away our Transmogrant, EOT, and then bring it back as a 3/3 during their turn next time. We'll see. This is Gruul for no other reason than a Root Walla, it looks like. If creatures were a rarity, maybe. Senseless Rage. What on earth? Well, that helps. Just assumes you just know the card. I know I could bring up the text here, but I'd like to keep it full art. We'll see it in the graveyard soon enough. Not that I have an answer for this. Stuff does things. Madness. I'm just going to do this right now. Blop. We'll make it die. Oh, all right. We've got the options. All right. So that was a lot of graveyard stuff. I'll bring these in. I would like to have Snuff Outs here. I'm going to get rid of Tithing Blade all the way. Get rid of 1 offering. I don't think I need these. I think I'll actually lose a rat and a familiar. That seems weird. They seem, I don't know if I want to be doing that against this style of list here. We saw some quality creatures, so I do want to make room for all of our cast downs. Toxin Analysis, not so much. This is late game. Let's try this. Boop. Maybe cut 1 Myr Enforcer. It's probably the first time I've ever taken out familiars. It just seems like I don't want to give them a discard outlet when they're waiting for one. You know, there are those scenarios. It just trades with fairies all day long. It'll be more of a finisher, so I think 3 of is decent there. Hey, let's not forget that we won that one. Put down a W. We've only won against Hexproof. We lost to Affinity and that graveyard list. All right. This is my fault. The original list only had one Citadel. I just wanted to get Affinity a little more consistently. Should we just chance it? No, not the way today's going. We'll mulligan that. All right, much better hand. We'll keep. This is so far away, it's not even funny. We'll get rid of Myr. Done. Drop a Blood Fountain. Do you think that that sentence has ever been said in the English language before Magic the Gathering was made? Drop a Blood Fountain. How much would you bet? All right, you get like 50 to 1. What would you bet? Change of plans. We'll lead off with a Geist. Love this card so much. Just such a great design. When it dies, you like it. When it lives, you like it. It's always relevant. Saw a lot of Brood Scale combo. 2 of them made the quarterfinals, and that's what I lost to the first round. So many answers. I like Green Seeker. I've played with this card a lot. Not on the show, but discard your card, reveal it, search your library for basic land card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle it. Yeah, maybe Aztecs during our sacrificial ceremonies. There was one Tordex deck, if I remember right. In between rounds, I would play people Brute Squad. I went 14 wins, no losses. So that was extra egg on my face of like, hey, what should you have played? Here's an idea. It's this. Let's get rid of the discard outlet maybe. And I don't want to use a cast down on that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to Reckoner's Bargain and just kill it. Just to accelerate our turn here. Is that reckless? They've got Gruul mana out. I'm still going to do it. We're just going to gain 1 life here. Just want to keep them off their theme. Maybe that's their only discard outlet right now. Yeah, I didn't drop a single game with Brute Squad. 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0 all day long. It was. I can play that deck while asleep. I've got that down so deep now. Here we go. Highland showing up. Green is really slowing up our opponent. If this was mono red, we'd probably be dead on our way to our second loss, but we've got a win, and it looks like it's going a little too slow to do much of anything else. What would I have changed? I want to go over the list that I ran for, it's relevant, right? First week back from the big tournament, people have questions. I can always reference, hey, go check out this video, I guess, right? There we go. Losing that. Keeping creatures for obvious reasons. Boom, boom, boom. Here we are. Here we are. Okay. Another gas showing up. I'm a fan. Let me get this down just to do it. Plop. Draw card. Sure. I could play a Blood Fountain, but I don't want to for psychological reasons. That maybe their deck's playing really slow. It feels that way so far, and they're like, gosh, it doesn't have anything relevant here. I'll just wait for my other relic to show up, and he trips it, and then we can go to the store. Yeah, I've been thrashing with Brute Squad. Had a really, really frustrating Pauper Classic Tuesdays, though. I went 0-3 with the same list, but every game I got my opponent to like less than 3 life immediately. Like it was like by, I think, turn 4 or 5, and then they were able to claw back. So I think I lost each round 0-2, but they felt like I've got this in the bag, and then so I found a way to fit in, at least for this week, Galvanic Blast, which I don't like, but Thraben Charm, as flexible as it was, I was using it exclusively to remove creatures, and so my theory was, well, I can still remove creatures with that, and I can also hit you in the head for that last bit of damage that seemed to be missing. So that's where I was with that. We'll bring out Blood Fountain. 2, 4, 6. How much is this costing me now? 2? That's still too many. Let's attack. Oh, I can kill the gas, make an artifact, maybe? Doing the thing. We'll dispute this. We won't kill it. We'll make a token so that our Myr Enforcer's quite a bit less. And who knows, maybe we draw 2 more Enforcers. That'd be pretty sweet, right? All right, we've got that now. Sure, we'll just chill out. We can cast something down. We've got the treasure tokens. God, I hate that artwork. I sure wish Magic Online let you just choose which one you want. I don't hate it. It just doesn't... When you see real-world currency represented in art, it just doesn't feel like you're playing Magic to me. That's all. That's why I don't like dinosaurs or vehicles. Bye-bye, Deadly. Opponent's at 1 card. Now, whether it's a... they've got a snacker in the graveyard. Archer shows up. All right. There's the mystery card. Well, I do want to dispute something. Let's dispute this. Gain a lot of cards. Here we go. Here we go. All right, cool. Now I can kill some stuff. Probably the snacker. Trip the yard. Do the thing. Bam. Wham. Don't want to play this until they block. We might get another creature in the yard here. Here we go. We're at 20. We're not too worried about this kind of stuff, right? Let's get rid of... Well, hold on. Hold on. Hold the phone here, everybody. Bloop, bloop. I'll do this just in case they got some sort of shenanigans. I know they're hellbent. Doesn't make any sense. As weird as this looks, I'm doing it. We're going to kill this. It's kind of weird synergy, right? I guess we'll wait for them to throw something in the yard and just trip that in response. This game's over. If they had 6 cards in their hand, I wouldn't say something like that, but got a 2-turn clock on board. Yep, do the thing here. Blop. Bam. Just like that. So the deck won twice. Oh, now we'll go over the list real quick. Don't go anywhere, please. I want to discuss some stuff. You know, the old, what did we learn? Well, to make sure I'm back on TV here. What I learned is not to play this while streaming. Might cut 1 Citadel. I don't think 1 is the answer. I think it might be at 2. I really feel like we want Cast Down or Snuff Out main. Not all of them, but some of them. Yeah, but I do like this shell a lot. It's a very fun deck to play. This is on that shelf of you know, decks that when you're feeling kind of, what am I going to play? I don't know. I don't want to play any meta decks, but I want to play something that's got some teeth. This is a really good option to have out there. So anyway, I want to go over, this is not exactly how I played it, but I think I put it down here in the, what was it? Boros Bully. Where are you? There we go. Well, I had a work in progress. This is the original Boros Bully, like of old days, with Raise the Alarm. Seeker used to be in it, all this stuff. So in my work in progress, I was considering playing this, which in retrospect I might have wanted to do. Obviously, this is an upgrade from Faithless Looting, but I really was fighting. Where on earth did that list go? This is not what I played. Oh gosh, I've got too many. I shouldn't have gone down this far here. Let me see here. I have too many lists. This is ridiculous. Do I have it down here? No. It's Black Brute Squad, Black Sack Brute Squad, Bullygate. That's what I called it. So minus this. This used to be Lightning Bolts. This is what I played at the event. And if you saw the first round, I was up against Brute Scale, and I had 2 of these out. And I could hear through the walls people, when I dropped the second one, they went, oh, like, you know, game's over, right? You can't, even a Snuff Out doesn't save you here. You need double Snuff Out. He had something better. It was double Sorrow. Wiped the board and wiped my chances of doing well. So this is, you know, your typical engine here. Ton of efficiency, which I've always been a fan of, right? 2 for 1, 2 for 1, kind of a 2 for 1. Flexibility, 2 for 1, 3 for 1, ongoing, keep coming back, 2 for 1, 2 for 1. Problem was, I was getting hands like 1 gate. You know, we've got 20 lands. Realistically, if I was to play this for my life, I would probably do something like cut 1 looting, add maybe 1 mountain, and just keep it to 20. So this is, if I had to play this deck, go back in time a week, these are the changes I would make. I know this feels like too much, but there were so many times I just couldn't get rid of stuff. And this, as good as this card is, you have to have 2 cards in your hand, which means 3 cards in your hand because you have this one. And there were a lot of times, you know, you top deck this, it's a dead card. And I really wanted 1 more outlet here. I know this is a net nil, negative, whatever you want to call it. But in a deck like this, when you're throwing so many resources that can come back and back over and over again, this really shines. So this is probably how I would brew it. The sideboard, the only thing that changed was this. I think I went back to the original build, but this was the original sideboard. I took out 1 pain and added a Dust to Dust because in testing, I had a lot of very close losses to Affinity in game 3. And so 2 Gorilla Shaman, 4 Dust to Dust was my plan. And guess what? When I went 3-3, that the only other loss I had outside of the initial start was to a fan that was playing Affinity. He'll remember I actually signed his Gorilla Shaman because I was like, thanks for not showing up. So I wanted to remember that. Or I had him sign mine because he was having me sign mats and things like that. So that's where it went. So this is what I would do in retrospect. But in reality, I'd probably just play my Brute Squad list that I've got going on there. So anyway, yeah, been a lot of fun. I'm back for the foreseeable future. I don't see missing a show. And anyway, I'll call it at that, guys. We're about the 2-hour mark. Pretty fast show because we lost or won so fast with this list. But props to Hagur Metal. I'm not quite sure how he likes to pronounce it, but say it both ways and hope for the best. All right, guys, till next week. This is me signing off. I'm going to go out since we got Little Fight in the house with our one of our better commercials, prismatic lenses based on prismatic lens, prismatic strands, however you want to say it. There's a lot of prismatic in this world. We'll see you at the same time, same place next week on PauperRBust. Adios, everybody.
Prismatic Lenses welcomes you to a place you can see magic happen. Utilizing Urz's blueprints, the pieces of the puzzle come together with a quality that is second to none. From our patented millstone polishing technique to our dignified use of stonehorn, our lenses bend both light and mana. First exams are free. Prismatic Lenses.